So with knee to wall or with knee ankle range in a squat, we're looking at how our legs squat. Now, if I bend and my ankles don't move, I'm going to end up sticking my bottom out like this, okay? If I bend and my ankles move, my knees come over and I can get down into a squat position. So again, if my ankle's stiff and it doesn't allow my knees to come forward, I end up sitting backwards because I don't have enough range forward. Now, my range in my ankle is quite huge, relatively speaking. But how do we test that? So I've got a little ruler on the floor. What we're looking at is what's called a knee to wall test. So what we're looking at is if I put my toe against here, can I touch my knee to the wall? And I can. Okay, so then I wriggle my toe back and I go, can I do it now? And yes, I still can. Can I go back further? No, can't go any further. So that's my measurement here, and I look at where that is. So say for my right leg, it's going to be 5 centimeters away from the wall. Okay, and then I compare that to my left and I go, okay, on my left leg, can I keep my foot flat and go? Keep moving it back, keep moving it back, keep moving it back. And I want to make sure that my heel stays flat and I can get all the way to about there, just, and my heel is flat. So when I look at this foot is say 13 or 14 centimeters away from the wall, okay, where my right foot was way back here, and that might be a component that stops me from squatting. So then I have to look at what am I going to do to address that range, because obviously if I come back to my squat, when I'm squatting, my right leg, which is only able to move 5 centimeters, is going to stop me there, but my left leg will let me come further into the squat because I've got much more range there. And then obviously if I'm squatting on that leg, it's going to be a whole lot better than if I'm squatting on that leg. So that's one of the basic tests that we're looking at, which is basically our knee to wall test. What we're looking at is how much range do we have in our ankle. If we test it, does it allow us to move? Or does it make us stick our bottom out because our ankles don't move? In which case we're then looking at stuff that would allow our ankle to move better. Is it a bony resistance where the talar joint isn't sliding back? Is it a muscle resistance where our TA or our calf or our soleus or some of our perineal muscles are tight and that's not allowing us to move? And in which case then we need to address those, because if you can't move your ankle and bend your ankle, you're never going to get the displacement you require forwards. Now a quick trick for this, if you do have this problem, is to put a little heel raise underneath. So if you're finding that you can't get that displacement, you might find you can cheat by having a wedge under here. If you see I've put that little wedge, it'll allow me to move more because my start point is more in plantar flexion. So if I pop that and have a double raise, so it might be easier on the floor to be honest. So say I can't bend to here. If I pop one, I start in relative plantar flexion and I can bend further. If I want to make it even bigger, I can start my squats here. So it allows me artificial flexion. So I start here to allow my knee to bend further. So by the time I get further, I'm actually in my same range of movement, but I've assisted it slightly by having a heel raise to start with. So that's one quick trick. If you think and you suspect it might be an ankle problem, pop them on a little bit of a heel raise and see if that allows better movement. Quick tip of the day.